Megan had lived alone for 6 years. She had a system, she had a routine, she told everyone she was fine. And then, at 2:14 in the morning, a cat that hadn't chosen anyone in 847 days jumped onto the foot of her bed and stayed for 9 minutes. Neither of them was ever quite the same after that. Megan had a system. 6 years of living alone had taught her one. Wake at 6:47, coffee before anything else, 30 minutes of quiet before the world started asking things of her, lunch at her desk, home by 6:15, dinner for 1, eaten standing at the kitchen counter because sitting at the table felt like admitting something she wasn't ready to admit. She told everyone she was fine. She told her mother, she told her coworkers, she told her therapist, who nodded in the careful way therapists nod when they don't believe you, but have decided to let you arrive at the truth on your own timeline. She was 36 years old, a school librarian, and the only person in her building who didn't have a pet, a plant, or a person waiting when she got home. She was fine. She had a system. The system did not include Luna. Luna had been at Clover Hill Animal Rescue for 847 days when Megan walked past her kennel on a Saturday morning in October. She wasn't there to adopt. She had come to drop off a donation, 2 bags of cat food she had impulse bought at the grocery store at 11 p.m. on a Wednesday, which she was choosing not to examine too closely. She was going to hand them to the front desk and leave. But the hallway was long, and Megan was a librarian, which meant she read everything. Every sign, every name card, every small white tag on every kennel door. Luna's tag said, Brown Tabby, female, approx 4 years, long-term resident, needs patient adopter, not suitable for homes with children or other pets. What it didn't say, what no tag could say, was that Luna had been returned 3 times, that the word in her behavioral file was untouchable, that she had stopped hissing at people not because she had gotten calmer, but because she had gotten quieter, which is a different thing entirely and much harder to watch. Megan stopped in front of the kennel. Luna was sitting in the back corner, perfectly upright, green eyes open and fixed in the middle distance like she was watching something no one else could see. She didn't look at Megan, didn't acknowledge her, just sat there in that precise, contained way that looked like dignity from a distance and, if you knew what you were looking at, looked like survival up close. Megan stood there for 4 minutes. She knew because she checked her phone twice. Then she went to the front desk and asked about the brown tabby in kennel 11. The volunteer, a teenager named Josh, looked at his screen and looked back up at her with an expression that was trying very hard to be neutral. Luna's been here a while, he said carefully. She takes some time. How much time? He told her, 847 days, 3 returns. Megan nodded, left her phone number, drove home. She called back the next morning. The shelter coordinator, a woman named Patricia, was honest with her in the way that people are honest when they have been disappointed enough times to stop softening the truth. Luna would not be easy. Luna might never be easy. She might spend the first month hiding. She might spend the first 3 months hiding. She might never sit in Megan's lap or sleep on her bed or do any of the things that people imagine when they imagine having a cat. I understand, Megan said. Patricia looked to her over the desk. A lot of people say that. I know. I'm a librarian. I'm very comfortable with silence. Patricia smiled for the first time in the conversation, pushed the adoption papers across the desk. The first 10 days were exactly what Patricia had warned her about. Luna went directly under the bed upon arrival and stayed there. Megan left food at the edge, sat on the floor nearby and read. Didn't reach under, didn't coax, just existed in the same room and let Luna decide what to do with that. On the 5th day, she heard Luna eating in the night. On the 8th day, she caught a glimpse of green eyes watching her from the hallway. On the 10th day, she woke at 2:14 in the morning to a wait at the foot of her bed. She didn't move, didn't turn on the light, just lay there in the dark, barely breathing, aware of that small, warm presence at the edge of the mattress, with a clarity that felt disproportionate to the situation, or would have if she hadn't understood in some quiet part of herself exactly what it meant for an untouchable thing to choose to be near you. Luna stayed for 9 minutes, then she was gone. Megan lay awake for a long time after. I see you're still watching but hasn't subscribed yet. That honestly stings a little. Hit subscribe. You'll want to see what comes next. By the end of the 3rd week, Luna was eating in the kitchen while Megan made coffee. Not close, not friendly, but present, choosing the same room. Choosing, in whatever way a traumatized animal chooses anything, to be where Megan was. By the end of the 2nd month, she was sleeping on the couch, always on the far end, always with her back to the room, but there. The first time she chose contact, real, unprompted contact, it happened on a Tuesday evening in December. Megan was sitting on the couch grading reading logs, half watching something on TV. The kind of Tuesday that looks exactly like every other Tuesday and gives no warning that it is about to become the Tuesday you remember. Luna had been on the windowsill. Then she wasn't. Megan heard the soft landing on the cushion before she saw her. Luna walked in a slow, deliberate circle, once, twice, the way cats do when they are making a decision that looks casual and isn't. Then she lay down with her back pressed against Megan's leg. Just that, just her back, just the warmth of it. Megan set her pen down. She didn't reach for her, didn't move at all, didn't breathe wrong, just sat there with that small, warm weight against her and felt something she hadn't felt in 6 years of careful systems and solo dinners and telling everyone she was fine. She felt expected, like someone had looked at the chair across from hers and decided to sit in it, like someone had said, without words, in the only language available to them, "I am here, you are here, this is enough." After a long while, she rested her hand gently on Luna's back. Luna didn't move. Outside, December rain tapped against the window. Inside, a woman who had been fine for 6 years sat very still and let herself be found by a cat who had spent 847 days being unfindable. Megan still has her system. 6:47, coffee first, 30 minutes of quiet. But the quiet is different now. Luna is usually in it, on the windowsill or the arm of the chair, or occasionally, on the better mornings, curled against Megan's side, like she has always known exactly where she belonged. She probably has. Some of us just needed someone patient enough to wait while we figured out how to show it. Have you ever felt like an animal chose you at exactly the moment you needed to be chosen? Or do you think we find each other by accident? Tell me in the comments.